Hi Samit. Hi Rakshika. We're just about to go to start our live. Just waiting for the panelists to join in. Hi Dr. Shipra. Can you just send me a request to join the live? Hi Varun Kumar. Sorry, I can't add you in the live. We're waiting for the panelists to join in. Hi Dhara. I've seen that you've joined in. Can you send me the request to join the live, please? Waiting for Harsha and Shipra and Dhara to join in. Hi Dhara.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, you are. And let's
Okay,
just wait for
perfect.
the others to also
हाँ
join.
जी हाँ जी sure. I can have my sip of coffee till then.
Hi Dr. Shipra.
Hi, Ishan.
Let's just give another minute for Harsha to join in.
Um,
I have sent her an invite.
So, you're audible, Nanisha?
I am
Yes,
audible,
yes,
right?
yes, you are.
Okay. Got it.
I have sent Harsha the request to join. Let's see. But meanwhile, while she gets herself prepared to join in, let's start. I would like to welcome everybody here. Welcome to another live session of JBG Endura 101. Today is 17th July, and it also marks the 72 day of the 101 days challenge that we is going on. And also, I'd like to congratulate all the runners and participants of 101 Days Challenge who have completed all the 72 days. and also those who have qualified as finishers. 60 days was the qualifying day. So a lot of people have qualified. So congratulations to everybody. And today we are discussing a very important topic, which is recovery and rehab. I think it's a very, very important topic. I have myself gone through a lot of recovery and rehab phases myself. Uh, and I would like to hear from all the experts today on the panel. I think this is the best panel which you can have to discuss this topic. Let me just try again, Harsha, before we start. Let me just give me another try. I think Harsha just joined the live. I believe she'll get the live joining notification from me. Hi, Harsha. Can you just see my notification and join in, please? And hello, everybody, whoever is viewing the live right now. Hi, Anurag. Hi, Amit. Hi, Prateek. Hi, Jessica. Welcome to the live. Okay, so um, as I said, we are discussing recovery and rehab. I think Harsha is facing some difficulty in joining in. So as soon as she does, I'll get her into the discussion. Uh, we going to we have here in the panel. I'll read this out so that I don't go wrong. We have Harsha, which will join us soon. Dr. Shipra Kumari and Ms. Dhara Patel. Dr. Shipra is the chief physiotherapist and director of Alexa Healthcare. She has an experience of over 10 years in pain management and neuromuscular conditions treatment. She has treated over 20,000 patients, which includes me as well. And she takes keen interest in sports injury management and prevention. She helps athletes bounce back in the game after injuries. So that's Dr. Shipra. And Dhara, she started her fitness career, I think, in 2018 when she started running. She's also a full time working professional. She's an HR head in a corporate world. And I think she also had a transformation journey to talk about. What I read from 78 to 80 kilos to now 53 and fit and inspiring many, many people. I think apart from running, yoga has been a significant part of your fitness journey.
Yes.
You're also an ambassador of many, many running events across the country and inspiring many. So I think we can start here. I would like to understand from you when we say recovery, what does recovery mean to you, Dhara? What do you understand when you say
See,
recovery?
recovery means like if we talk about recovery, it is an important factor as much as we require food to just survive in our life. So currently we are, or maybe whosoever is watching us, they all are into I can't say vigorous into fitness, but they are into some or other way in a fitness training, whether it is in running, whether it is in gymming, or whether it is in yoga, right? So, if at all I elaborate how recovery works, if you are into light, intense workout, then 24 hours or maybe having a good night sleep of 6 to 8 hours, that is more than enough for recovering your body part. Okay. And if you are into high intensive workout, or if you are into weightlifting, or if you are a long distance runner, definitely you require more than 48 hours to recover your muscles, to recover your body, to perform better. If you don't recover your body from your previous workout, you won't be able to perform better in future. That is in nutshell. There are a lot of other factors which we combine in recovery, but this is nutshell. I'm in very easy language I explained that how our body perform, and to perform better, what actually we require. This body eventually it requires rest from any event. Okay, we, whether if at all we run like half marathon or full marathon, we take a day rest, right? Then slowly and gradually we start performing. So that is in nutshell we can say how recovery works in our life.
So, because you are also full time into working, like the entire day goes into.
Yes, yes.
So how do you plan your recovery in your running
So,
schedule?
see what happens. Uh, I personally do believe, like being a full-time working professional, I do have a 10 hours of shift. Apart from that, I'm staying single. I'm staying alone away from my family, so I manage all my stuff by own. But one Nishant, I have made a rule in my life. You have set your priorities, and if you are disciplined, then 50% of the work has been done itself. Then, like you require a set of priorities, what you want in your life, what you have to achieve in your life. When it comes to especially fitness journey, I'm not talking about the corporate or anyway. I'm doing fantastic, but I'm talking about this because I myself have faced when I was not disciplined, I was eating mindlessly. I was 78, 79 kg. This is, I'm talking about 2018 November, when I started my journey without even doing, not knowing the definition of what is running. I was barely, I had run like 100 meters and immediately, without mindlessly, I signed up for a half marathon. That's how I started. But I set the priority, I made that discipline, planned, and that's how from 78 I went till 48.95. And my
Wow.
parents were like, yeah, if you want to ride a bike, you had to gain some, weight. So that's how now I'm balancing between 52 and 53. So managing time is anyway difficult, but somehow I drag my body, and I'm like very strong mentally. Sometimes I feel like lazy physically, but still I drag my body by 5 in the morning. If I don't feel like, going, running out, I do have a lot of props at my place and I start any physical activity. I have to do an hour of workout in the morning, so I make sure that, I make it. In the evening also, I have to do half an hour of yoga. So I, no matter how late I come from office, but I manage myself for that, half an hour, no matter what. And accordingly, I plan my, day and that. So if
Okay.
people have a word of excuse, for example, that we don't get a time because we are working, full time, or we are living alone, managing our own stuff, staying away from a family. So those are really, I can say simple excuse where they people are not willing to perform. That's how I manage. I know
I
you
think
want to
people
start this question with me.
maybe it's lack of motivation somewhere.
See what happens. Sorry to cut you here, but everything starts from within. No matter how much you inspire me, but if at all I am not willingly, I'm not ready to perform anything. No matter how much you or other, Harsha ma'am would motivate me to do yoga, I'm not going to do. So everything starts from within, not from other people, right? So that's what I
Yes.
believe, and that's how I
So
started.
talking about Harsha, ma'am, I don't know if she has got my invitation. If
I
Harsha
have.
is viewing the live, please send me a joining request. I'll get you into the live. I'll move ahead. I think stress. I think stress is a major factor nowadays. People are working full time. They have financial stress. They have work stress, and they have personal commitments. They get into running, or they start cycling, or some yoga exercise. I think they think that this will help them get out of that stress. Um, but then the workout stress adds to that. So पहले physical stress था, अब mental stress भी आ जाता है. They're not able to recover
They're
from
not
their
doing
muscle space as
physical
well.
activity. They are doing all mental activity, but they are not doing physical activity. That's the problem with the setting job of music.
Yeah. So Nishant,
So
I'm here. You can see me.
I
We can
can't
see
see
you,
you
Harsha.
actually. Okay,
I
I can't see
can
her.
see. Yeah,
Okay,
I can see all of
I think it's
us
some.
anyway.
Yeah, I can see
Uh,
everyone.
okay, the host can't see you, but then because you're saying you're there, so okay, all right. I
At
can't
least
see you.
I'm
Maybe
there.
someone there.
How
Great.
it goes.
So let me introduce you to the people here. Harsha is. I'm going to read out again, Harsha, so I don't go wrong. You are an institution yourself. She's a yogini who runs 42 kilometers and 100 kilometers cycling for fun, I guess. And she has helped more than 10,000 individuals to help them recover through her yoga practices. She has been awarded in yoga from the Indian Yoga Association and IU University of Yoga.
She's qualified and got certifications from everywhere. She's an MSc in yoga therapy from Shivananda Ashram. She has 500 yogas of KTTC. I'm sorry, I don't know what it is. Maybe you can explain to us. She's also a level 3 sound healer, a pranic healer. She is ACSM marathon certified coach now, if I can say that to you. Rio 2 running coach certification she has. She's also a kettlebell level 1. So Harsha is an institution in herself. And we'll come to you, Harsha, with few set of questions. While I'll stick to Dhara and asking that, in when it comes to stress, then how are you managing your stress of work
So,
and your running stress?
what happens, I always tell this particular word to myself that I'm very blessed
I can't see.
and hello, am I audible?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So what happens, I tell this, to myself, like a lot of time I'm really blessed. And I have that inherent strong mindset and, mentality where I keep myself always light. Okay. So I'm always in a fun loving mode. So stress is definitely natural, if I would say. Okay. But if you don't acknowledge that, like, on an initial basis, if you won't be able to manage that, then definitely that can affect, on your entire life. Because mental stress is, I would feel that, that harms you mentally as well as physically, and that disturb your entire even routine life. I would small yearly, I really would add one point. I'm currently reading one book, which is so basically this question came. So in that particular book, that particular point has mentioned that that lady's husband had committed suicide, and she was repeatedly after a year, 2, 3, she was just stressing herself with the same event, what had happened in the past. And that's what I believe. If at all you stress yourself, whatever had happened in the past, you would never come in the present, and you won't be able to focus in your future. So as I mentioned initially, that acknowledging and managing the stress level on an initial basis, that is most important. And I do believe you should have at least one person. If you don't have any sort of physical activity to do, I don't know yoga, I don't know running, I don't know gymming, there are still a lot of other ways to manage stress. You can just change your aura wherever you are staying. You are, just change the
Sure.
surroundings, change the lifestyle, and you can have a conversation, counseling with other people, where you feel that that person, while sharing your problem, that person won't judge you anymore. So there are a lot of ways to manage
So
the stress, but this is
I understand that, but isn't recovery different for different people? Means like I might be a runner as well, and the same level of
yes,
running,
yes,
but recovery is different for different
is
people. A 20-year-old
definitely,
person will
see
require recovery
what
differently, and a
happens.
40-year-old require
Of
recovery.
course, see what happens. Even like, for example, I'm running 42. For example, I'm running 42 in 6 hours. Okay, and but I'm anyway very flexible. Okay, and I don't give a stress, though I spend my time more on this running route, but still I don't stress my body much. So I might recover soon. That after 2 or 3 days at least, I can start easy exercise. But those who are performing, those who are athlete, okay, those who guys are putting 110% efforts, definitely they need more time to recover. Their stressing of recovery is completely different as compared to a mature runner or the amateur or
Correct.
any physical activity person. So definitely recovery stress is different person to person, 100%.
So, Harsha, would you like to add something here? I mean, like, what I wanted to understand was, is recovery different for the same level of people as well? Like, for example, I'm in my 40s and I start running now, and somebody who's also into 40s and has been a conditioned runner.
Hmm.
So, is recovery going to be different for these two people? I mean,
So recovery is very, very much personalized. For example, there's a vast difference of recovery between a male and a female, first of all. The male will recover much faster than a female, considering
Okay,
they
okay,
have
interesting.
more of muscle mass, they have more recovery rate, they have more testosterone, it will be always higher for them. But if we compare just male to male, again there will be different factors over there. One external factor would be your stress level, both of your stress level in your personal life, and your lifestyle itself, like how much are you both getting your sleep, how much both of you are getting your protein intake, how much you're getting your vitamins, everything. Now consider that all the external factors for both of you are same, you're getting the same sleep, same nutrition. Now let's come to the internal factor. Now genetic, both of your metabolic rate will be different. Genetically, both of your way of digesting the food, the way of bioavailability of any kind of nutrition, what you put inside you will be different. Like you also have the same amount of protein, he will have the same amount of protein, the multivitamins, everything. But the way your body will absorb and react to it, respond to it, will be totally different. Hence, recovery is very, very much personalized. Hence, when someone come to us for a recovery, we go through all the factors. We see their blood reports, how their body is reacting internally, how much is the inflammation rate after a workout, how much is the threshold, the lactic acid, how it is performing, each and every one of you. Then also depending upon the external factors, देन वी केटर कि हाँ अब आपको इस टाइप का रिजिम फॉलो करना है, हमें इस टाइप का रिजिम फॉलो करना है. वी ऑल्सो नो निशांत that in India itself, it's a broader topic, but I'll just say one thing. In India itself, some of us lives in the mountains and some of us lives in the sea level. And you have seen it. We all have seen it, the way we perform, the way we recover. So it's totally different person to person.
So how does one then understand what is the recovery time required for that person? It's like I understand it is different, but how does one person then understand that?
So see,
Does he do trial and error and understand that, or how does it?
again there are two ways. One generic way, because not everyone, like a amateur athlete who runs a marathon, who goes for gymming or anything, will not want to invest so much on their blood test, or going for the test where we can actually find out biologically or genetically what their body is made good for. There are ways to actually find out that. So if you can invest money in, you can go for it, and you can get a test done, genetic test done, which will tell you whether you are good at some endurance level. There are two types of performance, right? Anaerobic, aerobic. So you can actually find out how your body is performing. Now, if you don't want to invest, then it is very simple that you do a workout, or a structured, definitely a structured workout, and then you wear the Garmin watch or a Coros watch and see how your heart rate variability is. So your heart rate is first factor, but more in depth, if you can see nowadays, watch also gives you the heart rate variability, that factor. So that can also determine how much is your recovery happening. Then also your beats per minute, how much is your heart rate, resting heart rate, is it high after intense workout, the next day also, the next 2 days also, how much time it is taking to coming back to the normal heart rate zone. So all these factors, which is simple as your watch, you can determine what kind of recovery you are having, and what is your recovery rate actually, and then we can cater to that.
Okay, okay. Dr. Shikra, if I may ask you, what are the kind of common injuries which you usually see in your clinic when people are coming to you who are runners? What are the ज्यादा कौन सा इंजरी दिखता है लोगों को?
Serious runners, who covers 20 miles in a week, they are facing more injury while riding. Common injuries, we can say knee pain, shin splint, Achilles tendonitis, plantar fasciitis, stress fracture. These are the very common injury we are seeing in runners. So you can ask question about what is shin splint, how we can prevent this.
I think those all pains are related
Yeah.
to the lower body, I guess.
Yeah. Knee
So
pain, runners are facing 29%, and shin splint 25%. And IT banks, they are facing 1% of runners, they are facing this type of problem. So the
So
serious runners who are covering 20 miles, more than 20 miles in a week, they are facing
so
injuries.
it may be because of overtraining, maybe. So
Yeah, it's
overtraining is
better. Yeah,
certainly
it's better to go for under training compared to overtraining.
correct.
Means once you are injured, you just stop practicing there only. You can go for the aerobic exercise. Like you can go for the aqua running, jogging exercises. So ये आपको effect नहीं करेगा to the main running में. You can continue your exercises in water also. This is we can say low impact exercises. We can say aerobic training is very important in case of runners.
So
They can
uh,
prevent their injuries. Yeah.
I think sitting posture we all know adds the entire day. People who have sedentary lifestyle in the office, they all day sitting.
I
That
told you
adds to
that
those.
only,
I think that
see,
adds to
the mind is working, but physically they are not working.
correct.
So they have to
So
do the running and all.
so but how much is sleeping posture also contributing to not recovering properly? You know.
अगर हमारी लैंग्वेज में पूछोगे फिजियोथेरेपी लैंग्वेज हमें अवॉइड करना चाहिए प्रोन लाइन स्लीपिंग position we should avoid because we all are healing robot we can say so if you're sleeping in prone position it means ki your spine is working for whole night so you can go in sideline using one or two pillows and that side you can sleep in that position no problem but you should avoid prone line sleep.
So okay, so we will not understand right now what is pro line which you are saying. I would want you to send me a picture which I can post in the comments, which people can say later on. You know what
Yeah,
is the
this
correct?
program I
What are
will
the
send you.
yeah? What are the correct ways of sleeping posture? See, when I'm going to go to sleep, I will not know which posture I'm sleeping in the night. Huh? Honestly. So
Mostly it is lying on your abdomen like that,
okay,
and
all right.
spine line we can say towards ceiling.
All right. So, you need to send us pictures, post it in the
Yeah.
comments so that people can see later on which is the correct way of sleeping. All right. Um,
Okay.
I would want to know from you as well, Dr. Chitra, that, and I think both our other panelists will also be able to contribute on this. But how much is mobility important? And is stretching same as mobility? Is because we usually confuse, as
Mobility,
amateurs,
mobility
amateurs
means
Let me just complete my
mobility.
question. कि when we say आप mobility कीजिए, so usually people start doing yoga or start doing
See,
stretching
yoga
exercises.
can
Uh,
enhance mobility, but
okay,
mobility is the range of motion of the specific joint. You need
okay,
to work on a specific joint. But yoga is for the, you can say, all group of muscle. Yoga can
okay.
enhance mobility, but for the mobility, you need to go for the proper training.
So when you
For,
say
for that
so,
specific joint.
so when you say complete range of motion means if this is my wrist, so my
Yes,
range of motion is this. So this is right,
yes, yes,
and
yes,
the
yes,
stretching would be,
yes.
and stretching would means stretching the muscle, correct?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay,
So
all right.
if mobility is less here, obviously you will go for mobilization and all. But stretching the this area of muscle, it can enhance the mobility. But if the
See,
mobility
I
Okay.
is
would
restricted, you need to go for the mobilization and all this technique.
see in a simple
Okay.
language, Nishan. Sorry to interrupt. If at all, I would add to Shipra ma'am. Like,
Yes, yes,
what
please.
is mobility? If you are standing, if you will be able to stand for half an hour without taking even a single minute of a rest for a sitting, okay, that is also called mobility. If you can walk for 10 kilometers non-stop without taking even single break, that is also called mobility. But what
Mobility.
is stretching, flexibility, or yoga? Where you
Stretch.
actually push, you lengthen your muscle to that extent that the
Yes,
motion of that
yes.
particular
It can
muscle expand more.
enhance
This
mobility.
is the
All
difference.
right. All right.
Where
Okay.
anything which you can do in your comfort zone actively, that is mobility. But where you require more stress, where you lengthen, where you pull the muscles for a longer period of
Lengthen.
time, that is flexibility or stretching, you can say.
Okay. So it's two things, two different
Yes,
things we're talking about.
that is
All right.
completely two
So
different.
you can mix both.
Okay. Okay. Sticking to
You can
sticking
say.
to stretchability.
Yoga,
Sticking to
yoga
stretch.
is basically for the muscle I'm saying, I'm repeating this word again. It can enhance mobility. But mobility
Okay.
is the range of motion of the joint. Specific joint ka this is range of motion. This is mobility.
All right, all right. So sticking to stretching, Harsha,
Yeah.
we know yoga is very widely popular now in runners. They use this primarily for stretching only. You know?
Yeah,
Stretching करना है तो
definitely.
yoga का कर लो. So my
Yes.
question to you is that should people use yoga as a particular flow of yoga, like an Ashtanga flow or a certain
Mm-hmm.
flow, and that is good enough for stretching? Will that help? Or they should also incorporate breathing techniques, breathing flows, and that is
Yeah.
also an important part of
Specifically, one
rehab
should sit
and
down.
recovery.
Yeah. So when we talk about yoga, definitely it's like an umbrella, holding an umbrella. Like for example, when you say endurance sport, so endurance sports and running are not same. Definitely running is an endurance sport. Cycling is an endurance sport. Swimming can be an endurance sport. Similarly, in yoga, you have asanas, you have your breathing, you have your meditation, right? That's the common three things which is used by nowadays by the people. Now, all the three plays a very important role over here. When you talk about stretching, yes, it's very important that we stretch, but not immediately after the run, which a lot of runners they do a mistake. Kindly do not overstretch immediately after your long run. This is a very common mistake. What you will do is you will end up injuring your ligaments. So don't do that. Overstretching is not good immediately after the run.
Oh,
You
that
should
is
incorporate
news.
that.
I did not
Pardon?
know this.
Yes,
I said I did
you
not know this.
should. Yeah. You should incorporate stretching to improve your flexibility once or twice in a week. I know that runners they don't get time for yoga, so you can incorporate that as a routine. But immediately after the run, you can do smaller stretches, mostly to release those stiffness, but not holding too intensive stretches. Now, coming to the breath part. Now, if you really want to improve your uh, aerobic fitness, you have to do breathing, because होता क्या है जब हम run करते हैं and we end up pushing ourselves, what exactly happens at that stage? We start gasping, isn't it? हमारा सांस फूलने लग जाता है, और वो होता क्यों है? There is enough, we are not having a good threshold of carbon dioxide. हमारे अंदर जब हम मुंह से भी और नाक से दोनों से सांस लेने लग जाते हैं, the level of carbon dioxide in our body increases, and we are unable to have that threshold to hold it, and that's where we start gasping. Whereas if you start doing your pranayam where you're specifically working on the kumbhak, where you are holding the breath specifically on the, so when you are holding your breath after the exhalation, you are increasing your threshold of carbon dioxide in your body, and that will in turn will show on your race. So
Okay.
definitely incorporate your breathing, breath part. It will really change the game. Secondly, you know what? Yes, we mostly are runners, but there are many other endurance sports also over here. So when you're doing that, say for example cycling, for say example swimming, specifically swimming, हम लोग बहुत जल्दी ना घबरा जाते हैं. इनफैक्ट रनिंग के वक्त भी ऐसा होता है जब हमारा रेस टाइमिंग लास्ट के 3 किलोमीटर है, लास्ट के 2 किलोमीटर है, एंड वी वांट टू पुश, वी वांट टू गेट अ पीबी. That's where we lose our cool over there. हम घबराने लग जाते हैं. So our already the breath carbon dioxide high है, हमारा हार्ट रेट हाई है, उसके ऊपर से हम स्ट्रेस ले लेते हैं उस वक्त के लिए. तो हमारा हमारा जो कूल है, माइंड कूल है, वो जब कम हो जाता है, we forget all postures, we forget our breathing pattern, everything. That's where your pranayam will help, and that's where your meditation will help. So Nishant, highly recommending these two things,
So
because if you go
how does
into
a
the
person incorporate that in the
every
weekly? How does a weekly?
वीकली एटलीस्ट वंस मिनिमम आई एम सेइंग ना, जो कुछ भी नहीं करते उनके लिए है.
Okay.
Start at least once in a week. Say for example Mondays are your rest days, right?
Okay.
Mostly in the charts whatever we see in people's, endurance sports, that Mondays are the rest days. You can incorporate breathing on those days. You can involve stretching on those days, and on Fridays also you can do so. Twice if you can involve stretching, and one day focused breathing practice, a pranayama practice where you are doing your kapalbhati or any kind of breathing, hyperventilative breathing. It could be Bastrika, it could be Kapalbhati. Practice that. Then incorporate your Anulom Vilom. Practice that. Then practice your Ujjayi. So all these three breath work.
I think these breathing techniques are best done under a guidance, I'm sure. But is it possible, Harsha, for you for share any particular link? You know, maybe it's your link as well itself, maybe a YouTube link or something which today our viewers for reference we could share with them. You know, this is the kind of breathing technique or a flow which you should practice maybe a weekly, at least to get them
Definitely,
started. Or
there
maybe
is.
a Stanga flow which you can share of your own self, which we can share it in the comments as link and people can refer to that later. So that at least we have something to refer to what we are talking today.
Definitely.
Um, yeah, you can share that please later on after this. I'll take a cue from Doctor. She just moved from her chair and she went somewhere. So just taking a cue from there, and how important is for us to also get up from our chairs in the entire day when I'm working in office. We don't do that, honestly. We know that we should get up from our chair, go walk around, come back, do a little stretch. So is there
That
something which people
that
should we
will come
put an
under
alarm? Should we put an alarm or should we do something, or is there any set of certain basic exercises
this
which
will
people can
come
do
under
to?
ergonomics. This will come under ergonomics for setting job users.
Okay,
See,
so you
there
said
are
ergonomics, but then
Every
what
40
kind
minutes
of,
you need to get up and take a round and come and sit on
you
again
will
on
start
chair.
okay, like,
This will
practicing now that Nishan, you will, gradually then your body will, get up from your chair. But like, you don't get a time, but just in an hour, you just go for 2 minutes of walk, go for your water bottle, just to fill your water bottle by yourself to the pantry in your office. So that's how you can, just take 2 or 3 minutes in an hour to, get up every time. So your body is at least active. You should keep your body active rather than just sitting for 8-10 hours on a single chair. That's what I believe. So, and there are a lot of chair yoga as well. You can just stretch,
correct.
you can just move your body and
you
you
can
can
stretch your
exactly. So you
I
can
see
stretch,
Dhara, you're sitting on a chair. Can you show a couple of exercises while I
okay. So
search for
this is
my next
anyway
question?
sofa, but okay. So see, if what happens, like if I have something to hold on back, I literally just pull down and I just stretch my spine. Okay, then you have this one side. I'm just stretching my body like this. Just keeping this straight. You should not move body like this. You should keep your lower body straight. You are just just stretching like this and from this. Okay, there are a lot of stuff from this. You can just push this. We can lie
I
down
think,
on the wall and so there are a lot of, see, this is a simple moment when you just feel stuck, your spinal is like sitting. You can have a lot of movement, where you can just do a like this chair sitting, yoga. There is some issues, I guess.
yeah, just give me a second. Both of them got dropped. So I'm just checking
Yeah.
I'm there. I'm
with
there.
it.
Harsha is here.
All right.
Yeah.
Harsha's back.
Yeah.
Just need
Yeah.
to check the doctor. Just give me a second. While she joins in, I just want to discuss on the topic of overtraining. I've seen so many people recently also, and surprisingly, a lot of running groups. People are running in while they are limping. They are running through the injury because people have told them and they are set in their brains that no pain, no gain. How much is that true? This question is both for Harsha and Dhara. People are running through that pain because they want to show that, whatever happens to
They
me,
are
I'm still able
doing,
to achieve
they are
that.
doing actually stuff,
Uh,
but actually this is a myth, anything, if we overtrain, anything is over that is not good for our health. We should balance whatever the training we are into, whether it is running, whether it is yoga, whether it is gym training, or any other sort of activities, provided if you are an athlete and you
Sorry.
have some nationals to win, you are the podium finishers, you have those aims, and your body is that capable enough. We can't compare ourselves as an immature runner to the athletes who are a
Correct.
podium finisher, who choose national internationals. So definitely they do overtrain because they know their body very well. Still, we have heard a lot of incidents where, while in marathons also, good, even athlete or people just got heart attack and they passed away before 100 meters. So this incidents happens, this all because of you don't listen your body, you just overtrain mindlessly without taking a time for the proper recovery, proper recovery, sleep time, you good food, nutrition, a lot of factor work when it comes to overtraining. So you should firstly listen your body. After looking at some podium finisher, I can't just push myself on a 5 or 6 minute of pace. I'm running on 7 or 8. I'm happy with that because I know I should listen my body. I don't overstretch. That's what I believe.
So, Nishant, as you said, you completed your last statement. You said people want to show. So, the
Yes.
answer lies
Yep.
over there. The moment you get into that trap of performance, be it an athlete, a professional athlete, I won't say that हम athlete नहीं है तो कंपेयर नहीं करें, क्यों नहीं, मैं आज के दिन अगर मुझे मौका मिले, अगर मुझे पता रहे कि अगर मैं अच्छा परफॉर्म करूँ और मैं एक नेशनल एथलीट बन सकती हूँ, why would I not give my 100%? But
Correct.
again, two things. One, don't get into the pressure of performance, don't go into the showbiz, rather have a coach with you. Now, a
Correct.
coach, a relationship between a coach and you will both decide what is good for you, what is more, what is excess for you, in fact. And say, for example, can I just share that a simple way of training, what usually people should be doing is
Yes,
like,
absolutely. Please.
if one day, Nishant, if you are going for your training, where you want to push yourself, like for example, you want to have a PB in your race, you want to do a sub 4 in your marathon, for example, and you want to see how you're performing. So if one week you're going intensive loading week, okay, the next week has to be the deloading week. So it has to progress. कि एक महीने का प्रोग्राम है आपका, सपोज करो, तो एक वीक अगर आपने थोड़ा सा उसको माइलेज बढ़ाया, सेकेंड वीक उसको लोडिंग और ज्यादा किया, थर्ड वीक
Hmm.
शुड बी अ डीलोडिंग वीक. नाउ
Correct.
we don't have a coach, we don't know कि वो डीलोडिंग वीक है कहाँ पर. हमें लगता है पिछले वीक तो हमने 50 का
Hmm.
एवरेज किया माइलेज का, अब हमें 55
इस
का
बार
करना
स्टार्ट
है.
करते हैं.
So that's not a good
Correct.
approach. Start
Correct.
doing a technical training. Trust me, every one of you, whoever is watching this live, you all have this capacity to do whatever you want. But two things. One, understand हम genetically भी थोड़े से blessed होने चाहिए, because that really impacts a lot. I've seen this.
Correct.
आप किसी पहाड़ी को लेकर आओगे और किसी सी वाले को लेकर आओगे, दोनों के परफॉर्मेंस में, रिकवरी
बहुत
में बहुत फर्क होगा.
डिफरेंस होगा.
आप किसी के the rush, for example, the first thing we learn is the genetic inner thing. तो फॉर एग्जाम्पल किसी में फास्ट ट्विच फाइबर ज्यादा होता है, मसल में ना दो फाइबर्स होते हैं, एक फास्ट ट्विच फाइबर, स्लो ट्विच फाइबर. तो नाइजेरियंस वगैरह में स्लो ट्विच फाइबर ज्यादा होता है, जिसमें वो एंड्योरेंस में अच्छा परफॉर्म करते हैं ना. रशियंस में फास्ट ट्विच
Hmm.
फाइबर ज्यादा होता है, जिसमें वो रेसलिंग में अच्छा करते हैं. सो प्लीज,
Right.
दैट विल इम्पैक्ट. आप कितना भी कोशिश करो, वो इम्पैक्ट करेगा. सेकेंड फैक्टर, क्या आप उतना एक्सरसाइज तो कर ले रहे हो, उतना सो पाओगे? क्योंकि ज्यादा एक्सरसाइज करोगे तो ज्यादा खाना पड़ेगा, ज्यादा सोना पड़ेगा, ज्यादा आपको इन्वेस्ट करना पड़ेगा मसाज लेने में, अपना फिजियोथेरेपी पे कर रहे हो क्या उतना सब कुछ? यू कैन
Right.
मैनेज टू डू ऑल दोस थिंग, गो अहेड. So overtraining, दो रीजन, नो शोबिस, you have to have a coach. Secondly, if you can afford all the recovery routine, please go for it. If you can't, then please step back a little bit. Being a family person, being a business person, or a working person, if you cannot afford to sleep 8 hours, if you cannot afford to have, or if you cannot have a luxury of having all the meals with high in protein and everything, जिसमें बहुत खर्चे लगते हैं, नहीं कर पाते हो, तो फ्री थोड़ा सा स्टेप बैक कर लो. आप प्रोग्रेस डेफिनेटली करोगे, बट थोड़ा स्लो प्रोग्रेस होगा. इस साल नहीं पीबी होगे, नेक्स्ट साल होगा, बट होगा. So take it slow, take it easy, listen to your guide, consult a coach, and you will be at par with your training.
Thank you, Harsha, for pointing that out. Taking the importance of coach, because that was my next point actually.
Yes.
That how important a coach is in our fitness journey, and not just and because what happens that everybody gets into it first of all to either lose weight.
Yeah,
People who are already in a comfortable weight, they think I
yeah.
don't need gym, I don't need to do running, but they don't
Agree.
understand the difference sometimes between thin fat and fat fat. The thin people are also fat.
Yes,
So
yes,
the importance of muscle building is still not there.
yes, yes.
The understanding is they're still lacking, as much as I understand.
Yeah.
Uh, okay, let me just try and add Shipra once again. We have been trying to send each other. Uh, just give me a second, please.
I've seen your post, by the way, of your calf, Nishant.
Is it?
Yes,
That's muscle building.
that's
I just
muscle building.
genetically, I am just genetically very blessed for that. Nothing else.
Feeling jealous of you, Nishant. Then still, I have
Just
to work
genetics.
so hard.
Like what Harsha said in the very first line, men will recover faster because they have more
Faster,
muscles.
true. Yes.
So it's just that I'm genetically blessed to have little more mass in my calf. That is all. Nothing else.
But genetically, let me also tell you, women are always better in long endurance. So if you take a very
Absolutely.
long endurance, females are,
Absolutely.
like in research, they have found that females are better in long, not in 42-kilometer. I'm saying ultras,
Ultras.
long ultras. They might
In fact,
perform better.
in 2024, I can't recall the lady's name. An international runner in ultra marathon has broken the world record of 100, 200 in
Yeah.
one run
One
itself.
go.
Yes.
See, one go itself.
Yeah.
So I completely believe that women have better endurance when it comes to gender comparison. Definitely. I am struggling to get Dr. Shipra online because I had some questions, very important questions for her. Like maybe we can discuss that here if possible. That cupping is something which I have seen getting very popular in the rehab phase. Cupping. So is that have you guys ever done that? Or can cupping be something can be done for detox as well? Because I have done that once for myself. Once because I
How
was
was your
told
experience? Then you should share.
I think I did it for social media honestly.
Okay,
I wanted to
I
show my
have
cup marks.
I have seen, but I don't know whether I would be able to go for that ever. That's what I know that yeah, that helps for a detox, for a blood flow, just to reduce the inflammations. There are a couple of benefits of that, but I really don't know. I might experience in the future, but technically or scientifically, I really don't know. The deeper studies about that. I personally,
No,
so
I would
that's my
want
question.
Shipra to contribute to that.
Yeah.
Maybe I have not been able to add her in the live, but let me try again. If she can join in and she can talk about it, that's great. Otherwise, I'll ask her to drop in a video or a video
Yes.
commentary or
That would
something
help
which she can
actually.
talk
Yeah.
about.
Yes.
Because cupping. Yeah, if Harsha, you can say something about cupping.
So, cupping is again a traditional, like how in India we have Ayurveda.
Correct.
So, is a Chinese medicine majorly for cupping, where they what they do is they create a pressure, a vacuum, where all the toxic metals, specifically from your blood, is sucked in at one place, and it is removed. Now, in some, there are two types of cupping, Nishant. One, you might have
Yeah.
seen where they even put some
Needle.
cuts where the
Mm-hmm.
blood is the blood also comes out. So there are two types of cupping. So in
One is
that, they also
dry cupping and there's wet
yes.
cupping, I guess. Right?
Right.
Yes, yes, yes. So heavy metal, toxic, these all are removed in both the cases. In the the wet cupping, even it is removed from the blood also, and in the second one, it is removed. The blood circulation is improved highly with the help of cupping. But unfortunately, in Calcutta, we don't have much of a female therapist, and I've been waiting over here to experience that in Calcutta, by the way. So it is what I have studied. I can share that it's good. It removes the toxic from your body,
Okay.
improves the
So I
blood
think we'll
circulation.
wait for Shipra to share some comments there.
Yes,
Uh,
yes.
Yeah.
Shipra, Shipra, Alexa Healthcare has been our partner, and I have my own personal experience with working with them. And their physicists and their doctors there are very good in diagnosis. And I have myself gone through a couple of needle therapy and cupping therapy in past, which I think has helped me in recovering
Yes.
from an injury. So even though Shipra is not here, how do you, dealing with your, viewers or your client, Harsha, how do you deal with people questions of getting injury or overuse, and when do you think it's suggested to go to a physio?
Okay. So, Nishant, this is a good and a bad thing as well. That first of all, we have good physios in our cities now, but we think that only once we have injured, then only go to a physio. So, I will suggest whoever is going for the long endurance sports or whoever is into any kind of sports, please go to a physio as a routine. Why I will tell you, because see, when you do any kind of one unidirectional uh, long endurance activity, because running is like unidirectional, one type of movement is happening again and again and again, so you are shortening that same muscle because the contraction of the same muscle is happening again and again and again. So long use of those ligaments, long use of those muscle, what will happen, the muscle will eventually become shorter. Okay, so
Okay.
few things you can definitely do with yoga or your mobility, but again, when you in terms of long training, say 1 year of training, what will happen now? कुछ imbalance body में आ जाते हैं. There will be small imbalance in your body, and if you go regularly to your physio, let's say for example twice a month, not
Hmm.
maximum, twice to 4 times a month, okay, which I do usually. So then he will assess, okay, fine, your because we all have a difference between a right leg and a left leg, right? Maximum 90% will come and say that yes, my left leg is stronger, my right leg is weaker. Now when we have that difference, that is the reason we do unilateral exercises like step ups and lunges and one hand push up, or sorry, a one hand press and everything. Why? Because both limbs will never perform the same way. Now, because of
Absolutely.
that imbalance, the physiotherapist can help you with the exercises, with the manual adjustments to overcome that imbalance, and you can prevent those injuries. So, why should we talk about recovery? Why not talk about prevention? So, let's focus more on prevention. If we talk about prevention, there will be no recovery needed, in fact. So आपको कभी इंजरी होगी ही नहीं अगर आप पहले से ही अपने आप को बहुत सिस्टमैटिकली ट्रेन करोगे,
So
फिजियोथेरेपिस्ट के पास
basically, it's
जाओ.
called muscle gets conditioned better to handle
Yes.
overtraining, maybe,
Yeah, yeah. In fact, Nishant, everyone over here, in fact, everyone over here, if have we ever seen that when we try to do a pistol squat, if not pistol squat or a lunges, or if not lunges, a step up, the way you perform on the right leg, is it the same on the left leg? Observe.
Absolutely,
If it is
obviously.
different and you keep on doing an endurance activity for long, it will create an imbalance. So, how are we going to address that? So, we have to address that beforehand by doing a gymming session,
Okay.
specifically unilateral exercises, and then getting to a physio also once in a while.
So if I have to summarize this, so a runner typically, not, no, I'm not talking about conditioned and like runners who got experience now. I'm talking about people who are just getting started
Huh.
or who have started maybe a year back and going through little phases we're just seeing improvements, but then still they're not able to get faster or they're not able to lose weight. So if I have to summarize, first of all, everybody should get under a coach, some kind of a proper guidance.
Yes.
They should equally divide and not think when you get up in the morning, just go and run. Not mindless running, maybe. We should add mobility, rehab, mobility and recovery as an important part of their weekly or their quarterly or whatever their training schedule is. I think yoga, mobility is important with
Yeah.
our breathing exercises. And and equally important is our strength sessions in the gym. It's not
Yes.
necessarily a person needs to get into a gym membership. He can have done that in the at
Home
a
as
home
well.
format as well.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes,
But
yes.
I think every runner or a cyclist or any endurance athlete needs to divide his mileage equally.
Yes.
With these best practices, I will say. He should
Definitely.
not just think कि मुझे 7 दिन just दौड़ने जाना है. He should think that 3 दिन दौड़ना है, 2 दिन mobility yoga करना है और 2 दिन मेरे को gym करना है, maybe. And I think it's the responsibility of people like you who have been already inspiring so many people, and so that if अगर उससे भी नहीं समझ में आता, then people like Dr. Shipra step in. But then, it's very important, I think, people to have a guidance and to break their schedule with proper training plan.
I would add here, there is always, active fitness workout and passive. Active, that is you by your own self, whatever you can push. And when your body stops pushing, then you require the passive stretching or passive support. There, the role comes from the different props or your expertise trainer or maybe a physiotherapist who helps to achieve your goal, to get the better in the performance. So you should divide your this mix intensity workout and active and passive both the workouts.
Absolutely. And I think Harsha had initially, when we started this live session, she had mentioned briefly, I think nutrition also has a very big role in how we recover.
Big,
We
big,
can't
big
just
role.
eat anything after a long run. I think
Yes.
nutrition plays a very important role as well.
So
Yes.
you
Uh,
required all the colors in your life and all the colors in your food as well,
Absolutely.
all the fruits
that's a
and the
that's a
vegetables.
very nice way to
Yes.
say
Yeah.
all the colors
और
in life
second,
and all the colors in the plate.
Colors in
yeah.
foods. Yes, exactly.
Food.
निशांत, हमें देखो पेट जितना मिला है खाना तो उतना ही खा पाओगे. ठीक है, आई नो हम लोग को मन करता है हम ये भी खा ले वो भी
मैं
खा
तो
ले, बट
कभी
ट्रस्ट
कभी
मी.
उससे ज्यादा खा लेता हूँ.
हाँ, कभी कभी उससे ज्यादा भी खा लेते हैं, बट ज्यादा जब खाते हैं ना निशांत, वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड हमारी कैपेसिटी. अगर मैं 10 समोसे खा सकती हूँ और मेरा एपेटाइट वहां पर खत्म हो जाएगा, आप हो सकता है 15 खा लो, ठीक है, या 12 खा लो, वॉट एवर. बट अगेन वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड कि वो एपेटाइट में नाउ इट इज अप टू अस कि उसमें हमें 10 समोसे से पेट भरना है, क्या उसमें हमें हमें 1/4 हमें प्रोटीन रखना है पनीर के हिसाब से या वट एवर नॉनवेज सोर्स से, कि उसका 1/4 हमें कार्ब्स रखना है, 1/4 हमें फाइबर रखना है. दैट इज द वेरी चॉइस वी वांट टू मेक. हमें पीडी भी चाहिए, हमें पतला बॉडी भी चाहिए, हमें अच्छा स्किन भी चाहिए. तो भाई खाना भी जो आप डालोगे वही बाहर रिफ्लेक्ट होगा. अगर आपको मसल चाहिए
Correct.
तो भाई प्रोटीन डालना ही होगा. अच्छा स्किन चाहिए तो पानी पीना ही होगा, विटामिन लेना ही
So
होगा. तो जो आपको बाहर चाहिए ना वो
your
चीज अंदर
body,
डालो.
basically you build your body in the kitchen, not in the gym or on the roads while running. That is
Correct.
very very correct phrase, that you build your body in the kitchen, not at the gym. Basically, it's
So
very
basically
very
अगर
important.
अगर अच्छा खाएंगे तो अच्छे से सो पाएंगे, अच्छे से सो पाएंगे तो अच्छे से रिकवर कर
Yes,
पाएंगे,
it's very
और फिर आपका
important.
नेक्स्ट दिन आपका वर्कआउट अच्छे से होगा.
Definitely.
एकदम
Correct.
एकदम.
Correct. So
Yes.
I would one final request from all three of you, though Shipra is hearing but unable to join, is to send us some material, some links or something which you can share in the comments, which people can refer to when it comes to a yoga flow or a breathing technique or the sitting or sleeping posture which you are talking about, or dhara which you were showing the chair yoga which people can do in the office
Yes.
without embarrassing themselves by doing something very clumsy.
See, yeah, definitely. See,
so
basically,
so maybe
yoga is
something
for
which you can
every
send.
body and for every age. Nishan, yoga is for every body and every age. It's not that 18% or 20%, 20-year of a guy or girl can perform and 60% a year of a girl or a lady can't. If you can't sit on a floor, you can sit on the chair and still you can perform. You can't sit here, even you can stand with the wall, with the support of wall, you can perform.
Right.
Yoga is a very vast. It's not about only breathing and performing 2-3 postures. Chakrasana हो गया तो मुझे योगा आता है. Split हो गया तो मुझे योगा आता है. It's not yoga. It's a
Correct.
very huge subject. So the more you involved in that, the more you will start exploring and understanding in a deep, that what is actually
Right.
yoga.
I can only say that I'm thankful to Harsha here. And, she introduced me to yoga about 7-8 years ago before
Oh,
even
nice.
Ramdev Babado could do. She's a pioneer and leader of yoga from Calcutta.
Nice.
And I think nationally now, internationally, she is very well
Fine then, Harsha, we
known.
are meeting in December. I'm coming to Kolkata in December and we are meeting, okay?
Definitely, we are meeting.
Yes.
So thank
So
you,
this is a
everyone.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, yoga. Harsha, any last comments for you to conclude, please?
So first of all, I wanted to thank, the Endura Sports that they took this initiative to educate people. We need such initiative, and thank you so much, Nishan, for taking out time and educating people more. And this is a good effort for the society. Please keep doing that. And coming back
Thank you.
to yoga, एक बात समझो, yoga will help first having a good mindset. There will be lot of time in our life when we want to give up, when we will get affected by people around us, by situations around us. We want to give up on our sports, we want to give up on our life at times also. So please understand, when you do yoga, start with asana. Don't do anything. Start with asana, then the breathing. Eventually, up step by step करते करते सब कुछ आपके पास आ जाएगा. But trust me, वो क्या हेल्प करेगा पता है योगा ने? जिस तरीके से जब आप 42 करते हो ना, 32 किलोमीटर के बाद you will hit a wall. Then to break that wall, na, you need the mind strength, and that yoga will
Correct.
give you. So more than anything, you need a mind strength to get that promotion in your job, to get that PB in your run, to get anything achieved in your life. So do yoga for your mind training. Definitely start with asana and the pranayama. And trust me, when you're also running, आप योगा कर रहे हो. अगर आप 20 किलोमीटर से ऊपर भाग सकते हो और आप भाग रहे हो 1 घंटा 2 घंटा से ऊपर, you are already a yogi. Nobody can easily run for 2 hours. So if you're already running, you are a yogi, you are doing a yoga, because there you're already coordinating your breath and your mind to go beyond 2 hours. So already hats off to you. कर रहे हो योगा आप, बस इसको थोड़ा systematically करो, बस that's it. So yoga will help you, running will help you, and definitely Endura Sports is doing a lot. They will help you a lot. So follow their page, follow their challenges, do that 101 challenge what they are doing. It's commendable what they are doing. So please किसी का सपोर्ट लो, किसी कम्युनिटी को जोड़ लो. मैंने बहुत सारे लोगों को देखा है. निशांत, this one last thing that we can't start. It's all about the
Yeah,
start.
no.
Once you start, it's done. So
Correct.
this what 101 Endura is doing is they are creating a stimuli for all of us कि भाई कुछ करो. तो आप एक दिन करो, फिर 2 दिन करो, आप देखोगे कैसे आपका उसमें हैबिट बन जाता है. सेकेंडली, यू आर बिकमिंग अ पार्ट ऑफ द कम्युनिटी. लाइक दैट, join a community in your locality, join a community online, and you will see that you are in no time becoming a runner or a yogi or a fitness enthusiast. So join, and this is a
Correct.
very good initiative. Do this. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Harsha. Thank you so much. And yoga से होगा,
Yoga se
डेफिनेटली होगा. एंड योगा से रिकवरी होगा, और अगर रिकवरी और सब कुछ करके ठीक नहीं हुआ तो रिहैब से होगा.
शांत,
तब
Yes.
एलेक्स आ
अगर
जाएगा.
किसी को कुछ नहीं आता ना योगा में, तो द सिंपल थिंग आई से, एवरीवन नोज सन सैल्यूटेशन, सूर्य नमस्कार
सूर्य
सबको पता है.
नमस्कार.
दोज 12 postures ना, उसमें हर एक बॉडी पार्ट की स्ट्रेचिंग आ जाती है. आप कुछ नहीं कर रहे हो, आप सन सैल्यूटेशन कर लो, 20 काउंट्स कर लो, ठीक है, एंड यू आर ऑल डन टू स्टार्ट योर डे. जब मुझे कुछ नहीं करना ना, मैं 20, 30, 40 times sun salutation करती हूँ and I'm ready to go for my work then. You know, I
Well
start
said.
my day. Yes. So कुछ नहीं आ रहा, सूर्य नमस्कार सबको बचपन से स्कूल में कराते हैं, सब करो and you will start gradually.
Great, wonderful. So I will conclude this session. It's been I think we've gone over an hour in
Yes.
this.
पता भी नहीं
Wonderful. It's
चला.
an unending topic, I guess.
Yes.
Yes.
And thank you so much, both of you. Thank you so much for joining us. And we look forward to more such sessions in
Yes.
future. Thank you.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Thank
Thank you
you
so
so
much,
much.
Thank you,
team. Yeah. Thank
Harsha.
you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.